What's good, family? Here's a critical truth. When you have a rock solid why, when you have an immovable motivator as your base, as your foundation for whatever it is that you're going to do, things become simple. Priorities fall into place. Next steps start to become clear. You do not see obstacles as obstacles or as stop signs. You see obstacles as something that you must overcome or get around, because this why, this immovable motivator, this truth is something that you must fulfill. A lot of the times when I'm in coaching sessions, I recognize that the reason why people are tepid, shy, they are on the fence in terms of whether they're going to move forward, what the motivator is going to be, if they're going to allow these excuses to derail them. The reason, the core reason why those things are there, the core reason why those thoughts are still swirling and they have not been completely and totally eradicated, is because there's some doubt and disbelief in their minds pertaining to whether they should move forward or not, pertaining to if this thing that they're going to do is worth the effort. I would submit that those people that find themselves in that space don't have a rock solid why. They do not have any immovable truth that is guiding them towards where they'd like to go. In coaching, one of the things that I believe is absolutely critical and necessary is for us to hear our ideas, concepts, strategies back from someone who has a vested interest in our success. I got a comment from somebody literally a day or so ago. I was going through and responding to all the comments on my YouTube channel. One person had watched Morning Motivation, and they said, you know, the concept of today's morning motivation is exactly what I needed. I thank you so much for sharing it. But there's a word that you said there that blew my mind. You said, my mentor. And I had to pause. This is what the comment said. The person said I had to pause because, let me see if I can read this thing. They said I had to pause because you saying that helped me to recognize and realize that this is an area that I am lacking. This is an area where I do not have someone who's serving me as a mentor. Here it is. Let me read it. Mind blowing. Thank you so much for clarifying goals versus dreams. I'm gonna have to sit down and digest this with a pen and paper. Wow. When I heard you start my mentor, I was like, she put a emoji here. How am I walking in this life without mentors? I read a lot, but I haven't had the privilege to get one-on-one mentorship. This is what I want to make sure that people walk away with as we start our coaching corner today. You may just be here for the first few seconds, first few minutes, and I do not want you to miss this thing. There's a twofold benefit of coaching and mentorship. And I know those terms, while they are interchangeable, they do mean something different. But there is what we know as the mentor or coach pouring in to the mentee, all right? Or there's this flip side of it. What is the willingness of the mentee to sit and receive mentorship? What is the willingness of the coaching client to sit and be coached? Listen, let's be clear. Michael Jordan, I mean, Shaquille O'Neal, Magic Johnson, the Mamba mentality, right? Kobe Bryant. They all had to have a coach. As great as they were, they sat with a coach to fully flesh out and realize their full potential. And that is what this space is meant to be from a content and a live video perspective. We want to hold space here for you to ask the questions that you've been wanting to ask, for you to gain clarity, for somebody to just say, that's okay, because that's okay. That's what this space is intended to be, and I hope that you'll stick around with us today. Now, let me get to my comments because I see several of you have chimed in already. Where are we here? I see Equip Institute is here already doing her good work in the chat. She says, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being with us today. It's a great day to ask a question. As SBD Podcast says, there he is, hands down, hands down, best production. Oh, I missed it. It was on a different line. Best production on YouTube. I just love, this is like your second time for the day, SBD Podcast. Thank you for coming through. Oh, Yolanda is with us. Good afternoon to you as well, Yolanda. Ravens Talk with Yolanda is her channel name, and we're excited that you're with us today. I love it. Equip Institute says, hey, everybody, please start your question with a Q colon to help Kirk out. Thanks so much. I see Stretford Sue is here. Hi, Kirk and everybody. It's evening for you over there across the pond, Stretford Sue, and I'm excited that you were able to come and join us today. Getting a wave from Yolanda. I love that. I love that. I love that. We had a impromptu session on Monday evening that was phenomenal. We had so many comments and questions. I could not even get to all of them. Today, we are just streaming to YouTube. I'm going to try and figure out some things to be able to do the vertical stream, but I did not want to figure that out today. So we are streaming just to YouTube, and we're excited to engage with our audience. Now, I'm actually planning at some point in the show to be able to bring our Instagram audience in. But yeah, we're streaming to YouTube today. And if you have questions, now is the time. Now, I will say this because it has to be shared. I already gave you the nuggets in the beginning. So if you got to go, you got to go. But I will say this. Today is a different kind of stream, meaning I do not have as much time as I normally have to be able to just talk through some things with you. I've got a video that I need to record. I have a rental car I need to go pick up from the airport. I've got some things I need to load. Got a production in another city that I'm prepping for. There's a lot of things on the plate today. And so unlike other days where I can kind of chill a little bit and, take my time, maybe you guys also are chilling a little bit, taking your time, you're warming up. But man, let me tell you, if you have a question, this is the time. This is the space. And if you are interested in a formal, an actually free coaching session, scan this QR code right here. Scan it. My team will respond to you. Scan it, hit the send button, right? Because it's going to bring up your email app on your phone. Hit the send button, and then my team will get back to you with some details on how you can book your free coaching session right here on the Wednesday show, the Coaching Corner with me. And we're excited about that. I'm hoping that somebody will take advantage of it. In addition to that, however, I do want to make sure you are aware that the Workers Warehouse is where we are backing the truck up of value. And I hope that you guys I hope that you will appreciate that. We are putting in significant work in the Workers Warehouse. In fact, we just finished a masterclass this past Sunday, and we're working right now to make that masterclass available as an addendum to our existing StreamYard online course. So that will be kind of an update to the course. It's evergreen, meaning the course, if you purchased it, you get the updates without having to purchase any more. For those that are going to purchase the course now, you get the existing course and the updates. But those that are in the Workers Warehouse need not purchase anything additional than their membership, because they get the course, they get the updates, and a ton of other stuff that you will not get a la carte when you're not a member of the Workers Warehouse. So definitely want to make sure we share some of those pieces with you. I see 8 of you on the live. We got 3 likes already. And I want to say a word of thanks to you guys for hanging out with us today. All right. Florence asked this question: do you see a scenario to use Ecamm for Zoom with StreamYard now that Ecamm for Zoom is officially launched? I do not see a scenario where Ecamm for Zoom would be used with StreamYard. I do not. Unless someone is doing a multi-level stream where you're using StreamYard to stream to some other destinations that need to be at a different frame rate. Does that make sense? So I'll give you an example of how I have done what you described in the past, even though it has nothing to do with Zoom. In the past, I will use Ecamm to stream to YouTube and maybe Facebook 1080p 60 frames per second because I wanted it at high quality. And then I take the virtual camera into StreamYard and stream to Amazon at 720p because that is what Amazon requires. So in that instance, I could see using it in those different ways. But from a general sense, based on your question, in terms of, now that Ecamm has fully released this feature where they're fully integrated with Zoom, and if anybody wants to know more about that integration and that new feature, please put that in the chat. But I do want to make mention that adding the component of StreamYard to that mix, I don't see the need of it, because there are richer ways to be able to have that level of engagement. And I want to say this, even as we are always looking for more ways to get ourselves out there and increase our visibility with clients and with audiences, I do think that we need to make sure we balance that against the law of diminishing returns. My good friend Doc Rock is a huge proponent of single streaming and not multi-streaming, because he feels like you segment your audience, you make people feel like they're off on an island by themselves when they're on a platform. There maybe 2 or 3 people are watching on, let's say, LinkedIn, but then 40 or maybe even 100 are watching on YouTube, and they're seeing these comments come up on screen, but they don't see them in the chat. So they're like, man, I'm not where the party is, so I need to either go over there or I just need to disconnect. And so I believe that there are times where it is important to multi-stream from the perspective of making sure an audience is transferred from one site to another. When I was trying to build my audience on Amazon, I would stream to Amazon and YouTube, and I would incentivize my YouTube audience to come on over to Amazon because the experience was different over there. So there are times where multi-streaming makes sense, but we have to weigh it. It needs to be part of your strategy, not just a blanket buckshot approach. Your content is specific and targeted with a particular value proposition for this audience that you're growing on a specific platform. So you want to make sure you're equally as stringent and stingy is the term I want to look for with the way you stream that content to those audiences. Maybe you take clips of the video that you stream to YouTube and put it on some of these other platforms. But and there are going to be times where it makes sense that you do that, but there are going to be many times where it doesn't. So I want to make sure that that's clear. Baja Automotive is here with us, says, love this channel. You have helped my growth a lot. And I love that you use Mac OS. Okay, Mac OS. I am lost a lot of times trying to figure out how to follow Windows tutorials on my Mac. Oh man. I'm so glad to hear that, Baja Automotive. Thank you so much for the comment. Always appreciate when people come through just to let me know that these are some of the ways that our content is having impact on you. And I see that my moderators are definitely chiming in and chatting in with you as well. Baja goes on to say, I only stream to YouTube with StreamYard because it's the only software that I know of that lets me display comments from chat. What software are you using for this stream? StreamYard is limited. I'm using, as has already been shared, I'm using Ecamm Live. I'm using Ecamm Live, and it is a product that I love. So I'm going to try to show you what it looks like, if I can here. I always like to have the comments in front of me on my teleprompter, but I do want to kind of give you a little idea of what it looks like. So let me pull that up real quick and let me show that to you so you can kind of get a sense of what it looks like. So let's get that there. Boom. Let's go to live demo mode. So this is what Ecamm Live looks like. Apart from this window right here, which is my Finder window on the Mac, everything else is Ecamm Live. Now, I want to say this because you're new. Sometimes people feel like, man, that's a whole lot. So let me just show you. This is the main window right here. It shows I've got 11 people watching, 7 likes. 7 likes. I wonder if we can do better. I've got music playing right here. I can see how long I've been live. Now, if I click on this one right here, it's going to get rid of my camera switcher. That's the camera switcher over on this side. It gets rid of the camera switcher. If I click on this one, it gets rid of my overlays. All right, that's my overlays window that's down here in the bottom. So that gets rid of my overlays. If I click on this one right here, it gets rid of my sound levels. The sound levels are right here. It shows me the sound effect. It shows me the movies. It shows me system audio, and it shows me my Rodecaster Pro. So if I get rid of that one, the sound levels goes away. If I don't have this one open right now, this is camera effects, but if I click it, it does go away. So camera effects has gone away. This right here is sound effects, and sound effects goes away. And this one right here is comments, and then comments goes away. And here at the other side of the top of this thing, you have the scenes window. And so when you click it, the scenes window appears. Now this is Ecamm. A lot of people, they get a little, turned off because they're like, that's too much stuff going on. But this is Ecamm. The other items that I bring up is just because I'm so used to having them at my fingertips, and that's the reason. That's the way I like to stream. So I will come in here and say, let me see my scenes window. My scenes window allows me to make some different things and make some changes. Going to the scenes that I've already predefined for my show. Let me go back and see what my comments look like. All right, comments right there. There it is. Kirk is using Ecamm Live. I can put that comment on screen just by clicking on it right there. Boom, that comes on screen. Baha says, thank you for the follow-up. Boom, right there. And then there's a 14-day trial just for you, Baha, of Ecamm Live that you can try. And here's another thing that I always like to say to folks who are on StreamYard. Ecamm Live, if you are on a Mac, Ecamm Live is installed, but it is cheaper. It is cheaper, so keep that in mind as well. I can come back and say, all right, I want to bring my sound effects back on. I want to bring my sound levels back on. I want my overlays back on. I want my camera switcher back on. And now I've got everything that I had originally disconnected or gotten rid of. I have everything back on the screen for me. And there's visual indicators all over the place. So hopefully that helps. I wanted to just kind of give you a little window into what you were asking about. So Ecamm Live is the program that I'm using, and it is very much full feature. I haven't found a thing that I wanted to do that I couldn't do with Ecamm yet. So definitely wanted to make sure we share that with you. Thank you for your comment, and more specifically your question today. And again, I want to say a word of thanks to moderators for always doing such a phenomenal job making sure that everybody has what they need. Any other questions that we're fielding today? We got some more time. Let me see where we're at. Oh yeah, we got plenty of time. At least another 20 minutes or so before I got to get going. I'm actually working on a video right now. The video is called, oh nice. Love the overlays for Twitch. For example, pop-ups for subscribers, donations, and polls. It makes the stream look more interactive. I've been researching how to bring that to my YouTube streams. Oh yeah, Baha, listen, there are ways to do that even with, well, there's some ways you can do that with StreamYard as well. But essentially, web-based streaming does have some limitations because they don't have integrations that you can install onto your computer. And so OBS is a fan favorite of Twitch streamers, but Ecamm Live has very similar functionality and plugins as OBS, and so you can bring a lot of things in. I have a channel that you should probably check out, and it's called Laz Curry. I want to see if I can find that link. This is my good friend. His name is Anthony Santana, but his channel is, I want to say it's LASCURRY. That is correct. LASCURRY. I'm going to put that in the chat for you. And that is a channel that I think you should absolutely check out, because especially for Twitch and some of the other components that you were talking about earlier, in terms of subscribers, donations, polls, all that kind of stuff that pop up. He does a lot of that on his channel. In fact, this is somebody that I meet with at least once a month. We're in a mastermind together. Laz Curry, Anthony Santana, good friend, and I would love for you to be able to check him out. And for the anybody else that's in the chat who's listening, Laz Curry's channel is very much a partner channel to mine. We love work. We love doing some collabs together. In fact, we got something in the works right now, and so definitely want to make sure you guys get a chance to check out some of the things that he's doing, and kind of glean from some of the value that he's providing. He even has a whole website right now dedicated to stream designs. Make your stream look professional. I love what he's doing there as well. A lot of good stuff, man. A lot of good stuff that he's figured out, that he's working on, and definitely a resource center. Something that some of the things that he's doing, I'm trying to do on my side as well. So there's some really good synergy there. So hopefully that is useful for you. But as I mentioned, I'm working to set up, or I should say, I have done the scripting for a new a new YouTube video. So that YouTube video, so we've got a number of videos that are gonna be coming out here over the course of the next couple of weeks. We've launched a new series on the channel. My YouTube videos come out every Sunday. We don't necessarily, the time kind of varies, but somewhere Sunday in the afternoon. So sometimes 2 o'clock, sometimes 1 o'clock, something like that. But Sundays is when our videos drop, and we always have a good time. You guys have been supporting. The latest video on the channel has been doing very well. In fact, let me see if I can pull up the How It All Works webpage so you guys can see some of the things that are pending, because we have our season 2 episode 1 of the Why I Go Live podcast is starting tomorrow. That is actually tomorrow. So definitely wanted to make sure you guys get a chance to see that. Let me see if this will work. Boom, it did work. So you can see me here, but you can also see my website. howitallworks.com is the site, and the video that is on that page, the first top video on the page, is our latest video on the channel, and it says 3 benefits creators are missing by not going live, plus a bonus in this video. So definitely want to make sure you guys get a chance to check that out. You can watch it right here from the webpage, or you can go to YouTube and watch it there as well. If you go to the watch page here, right, see the watch page here, boom, watch page, it'll take you to the channel as well. Dreams, fears, or regret, what motivates you? That's one of the videos that we just recently released, and we have a couple other videos that are here as well. Anything that is new or that just came out from me, you'll find it on this page. And sometimes I'll kind of jumble them around, but the latest content is always up here at the top. And so definitely some things to check out there. We'll hope that you can check that out. Stream coaching for all creators is the tagline that we are going with right now. And if you go to kirkarnugent.com, I didn't mean to go to support. Just meant to go to kirkarnugent.com. But if you go to kirkarnugent.com, it says the same thing: stream coaching for creators of every niche. Your live stream, how-to, and coaching resource center in the warehouse. You'll find everything you need to leverage live video for success. So I'm hoping that you can check out whatever some of the things that we got going on, and be able to take advantage of some of the things that are there. YouTube membership, Workers Warehouse membership, video coaching. Definitely some of the ways that we can engage and work together. So hopefully, you find some things there that are useful to you. These are our main shows. Coaching Corner with Kirk, that's the show you're watching right now. Morning Motivation and Media, Tuesdays and Thursdays are live at 6:30 a.m. And then the Why I Go Live podcast that releases every Thursday at 6 p.m. And season 2 is beginning tomorrow. So definitely looking forward to that. Go back to my previous scene here and let me see what comments we got coming up. Thank you so much. Baha says, I'll definitely be recruiting your team's help. My growth is good, but I know it can be a lot better. My organization and lack of software knowledge is holding me back from hitting 100K subs. Man, listen, you, in my opinion, the way that you phrase that statement, you're already winning. You're already winning because that is what, oh gosh, I hope, don't miss this, y'all. This is a coaching moment. I don't miss this. That mindset is where all of us are. Just some of us don't want to admit it, and admitting it allows us to get the help. All of us are right there. What he said, my organization and my lack of knowledge is holding me back. That's where all of us are. Every single one of us is right there in that lane. Organization, lack of knowledge. And it's not a bad thing. We just have to recognize it. We have to accept it so that we can fix it, so that we can mitigate it. I was talking to a whole group. They wanted me to do this presentation on procrastination. I was like, listen, you guys are coming in here hoping that I have some kind of laser beam to zap you and say, don't procrastinate anymore. And you walk out of here, having received that zap, and now you no longer procrastinate. No, I want you to understand that procrastination is a part of your DNA. It's part of who you are. You can get better, but it's something that's going to be there. So what do you need to do? You need to plan for your procrastination. You need to put things in place so that your procrastination doesn't get the best of you. Move the deadline up. Somebody says, hey man, we want you to give this deliverable to us in 2 months. You know what? Can we make that deadline in 3 weeks instead of 2 months? Oh, okay. Well, we don't need it but I just need the deadline to be in 3 weeks instead of 2 months. That will help me. Okay, cool. That's fine with us. So the deadline's in 3 weeks. Thank you. And so now you have 3 weeks instead of 2 months. And now you can deliver in the 3 weeks. Because if you got the 2 months, it may kill you. but understanding your limitations is the launch pad towards finding ways to mitigate them so that you can achieve success. And I think the way that you phrase that one, Baha, is absolute gold. Would love to be able to work with you. Definitely check us out, kirkarnesian.com. Go to the Work With Us button. Click right on that. It's right at the top of the page. Go to that Work With Us button. You'll see a number of ways that we can work together there, up to and including just jumping on a discovery call with me, and we can work some things out. So I'd love to be able to chat with you on that. Thank you so much, Baha Automotive, for coming through. And of course, my moderators, I'm excited that you are here as well. And she did some checking. She's like, congratulations on achieving 32,000 subs. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. So I want to say congratulations to you as well, Baha, for achieving that. And that's nothing to scoff at. But if you have set your sights and your eyes towards 100K, I'm certain you'll get there, especially with the attitude that you've displayed here today. All right, what else we got? 13 of you guys on the live. We got 8 likes, and I thank you for that. We've been live for 28 minutes and 41, 42, 43 seconds. And, we still got maybe about 20 minutes to go. About 20 minutes to stay on here, that we can get a couple of things situated and finish out some stuff. I'm thankful. I'm extremely grateful for this time that we were able to spend with one another. Yes. I think it's very appropriate that we give Baha his flowers. 32K is amazing. So definitely want to make sure we give him his flowers. Thank you so much for coming through and hanging out with us today. Hopefully if you don't have to go, we'd love for you to stay and ask some more questions. Let's have some more dialogue, some more engagement. Really good things to come. So let me see what I have going on. That was what I was sharing, was that we got a couple of videos that we're working on, a number of videos that are going to be released on the channel. One is, of course, the one that I just shared with you, 3 benefits creators are missing and by not going live plus a bonus. And the other is, here it is, 5 types of video content that are getting major results right now. 5 types of video content that are getting major results right now. Another one is, let's see here. Where did I put it? Okay, so you're ready to hire a video editor. 5 questions to consider. Those questions are not for the video editor. Those questions are for you. 5 questions to consider now that you know you're ready to hire a video editor. A lot of my coaching clients are right here in that space. Right at that edge. I really kind of need to hire a video editor in order for me to take this thing to the next level. And there are some critical conversations you need to have before you post the listing that you are looking for a video editor, before you respond to the 50 or 60 emails you've received from random video editors who are sending you samples of what their video edit could look like, and all these SEO things on this screenshot saying that you're doing all these things wrong. There are some things you need to discuss and consider before you do that, and that's what I've tried to put into that video. And another one that I'm working on right now, in fact, this is the one I'm going to be recording later tonight, is 5 questions to ask before you create your next video. And again, my content is really laser focused on creators, streamers, folks who are in this space, who are looking to have impact, who are looking to grow and engage an audience, who are looking to create steady streams of referral-based income, who are looking to establish themselves as a theater, as an authority in a particular space. So these are some really cool things that we're going to be tackling. And I'll say this, even on the Why I Go Live podcast, man, there are some things that I've been able to share there that I have not shared anywhere else, and I would love for you to check that out. Right now, we're doing a solo series on the Why I Go Live podcast. At some point, we will have guests again, but right now, there's some things I wanted to share and say, and I didn't think there was a better platform to say it on than the Why I Go Live podcast, and I hope that you guys will check that out. Let me see what we got here. Your last advice helped a lot. I stopped hyper focusing on long content and shifted to 1 short a day and 1 live stream a week. This helped me build and scale my content and get passionate. I'm just going to clap it up. I'm going to clap it up. That's it right there. That's it. This is what it's all about. Now I got to say this. Let me just be honest, Baha. I remember this conversation, but I just don't remember this handle. Maybe the YouTube channel has changed. I don't know, but I remember the conversation where we talked about, really getting into some things, but I don't remember this YouTube channel. So maybe that's on me. It's very possible that this is the same channel. I just didn't recognize it. Your content and tutorials are easy to follow and well-paced. You get to the point without leaving out critical information. The length of each video is perfect. No fluff. Wow. Thank you, sir. I received that. Sometimes I'm like, man, I wonder if I make it too long. Did I make it too short? Did I leave anything out? Sometimes I wonder that stuff. I really do. Because again, I'm just thinking of it from the perspective of somebody who's in a space where they need that answer, where they need this help, when they need this assistance, and they're not finding it anywhere else. Because I'm saying that because these are the things that have happened to me. The videos that I create are videos that either I have had to explain over and over in content coaching, or I've had to face these scenarios myself. Especially with the video on hiring a video editor that's going to drop this coming Sunday on the channel, that I even share right there at the beginning of the video. I hired a video editor too soon and I had to let them go, and it wasn't their fault. It wasn't their fault. It was my own fault. There was some questions I had not grappled with, and this is what I learned from that process, and I share that with you guys in that video. So hopefully you'll if you haven't subscribed already, that you are subscribed and that you will check that out. Oh, we got one of our OGs in the chat. OG, oh my word, Kempire, what's going on, sir? Been a long time. I still have been checking out your channel from time to time. I know that you are killing the game. For those that don't remember, man, Kempire used to come through, especially when we were doing a lot of our Amazon live shows. And so I don't even know if if Florence and Kempire have actually ever met, but Kempire, man, excited to have you come through, excited to have you here with us. Where are you at now? 419,000 subscribers. That is simply amazing. That is simply amazing. Thank you so much for being. Oh, what's going on, Melanie? Man, we got some of the all-stars coming in today. Melanie Diane Howe says, "What's good, people? Kirk, I like the new comment graphic." Ah, thank you. I like to switch it up every now and again. So I'm thankful that you're here. Look, even Kanique came in to say, "Hey, Kempire, it's been a minute." So I thank you so much for coming back. Just typing in the chat, because I'm pretty certain you've been checking us out. What is going on, Chris Stone? Cast ahead. Now, let me say this. I have to pause. So Kempire's channel is definitely one that you want to check out. If you're into that kind of content, he really does deliver. He's very focused on his target audience. So definitely want to make sure you guys get a chance to check out Kempire. He's definitely somebody who's doing his thing in his own space. But I don't want to miss this opportunity to shout out my sister from another mister, Melanie Diane. I just, wow. I mean, her channel and my channel are very much similar in the terms of the types of content that we put out. And I love the way that she says her things and does her things. I don't know if I've ever said this, but her website, when I saw your website was on Kajabi, I was like, this is a great website for me to mimic. And so, as they say, it's the highest form of flattery, right? So of course, it's not a copy paste, but there's a lot of things that I looked at on her website to be able to build my own website. And plus, she's a brand ambassador with StreamYard, somebody that we had similar videos kind of catch the algorithm's attention at the same time on the StreamYard platform. So definitely want to make sure you guys get a chance to check her out. And then my other good friend, who I just got a chance to hang out with a week or so ago in Chicago at the Shure headquarters, is Mr. Chris Stone from Cast Ahead. This guy is a podcast and video producer, remote producer, I should say, live streamer par excellence, somebody that I would recommend people to. In fact, somebody who I'm actually courting to try and get him to do some of the shorts for my channel. But no, Chris Stone, man, absolutely dope creator. Check him out on Instagram as well as his YouTube channel, which is here that you can see. So just wanted to do that real quick, because every now and again, I want my audience to know some of these other people that are in the space. As you guys pop up, of course, I get excited, but I want you guys to know why. Behind the scenes, we get a chance to work together. I've got selfies with Melanie. We've got inside jokes with Chris, and so definitely want to make sure I get a chance to showcase those people as well. Kempire says, "I've been watching the replays, always creating fantastic content as always." Man, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that. It's so good to see some of the OGs come through. I love that. So Baja says, "I have multiple YouTube accounts and I'm subscribed to you on all of them." That is so dope. Because I remember having that conversation, but I was just thinking, man, I don't remember that channel name. But thank you for clarifying that. It's always good to see some of the engagement in the chat. Yeah, we want to shout you guys out. NA Nea is here, one of our moderators. So NA says, "Hey, Kempire, I have seen some of your videos." That is so, this is why I love YouTube. This is why I love content creation. This is why I love doing what I do on these platforms, because that's the kind of thing that happens. I actually got a chance to meet with a creator yesterday. He's looking to do a live call-in show, and he's looking for a producer, and somebody recommended me. I love that stuff. Somebody recommends you. I love that stuff. And I feel like it's my duty to come back and recommend some of these things to some other people, to others, right? You get in these spaces, you don't have a name to call, that's not okay. And somebody recommended me to this guy. This guy has 640 something thousand followers on Instagram. Huge, massive audience. He and his wife are serving so well. They're stewarding that platform so well, and they're looking to, bring some of that over to YouTube. And so we started to talk a little bit of strategy. I've got a follow-up email that's going to go out to him today, and really looking forward to that. But I just, again, want to make sure that you guys understand some of the behind the scenes stuff here, in terms of as you work together with folks, man. It's just so cool to So I've seen this guy, the person I met yesterday. I've seen his content before he DM'd me. So I see the DM come in and I'm sitting there like, whoa, I've seen this guy's content before. And I think, we had a similar scenario happen right here with Nea and Kempire. It's like, wait a minute, I've watched some of your content and now you're here chatting in the chat with me on Kirk's channel. And I love that stuff. I love that stuff. Kempire says, hey, everyone with the black hearts. I love it. Then we got my sis. She says, Kirk is the real deal. Mel is the real deal. I'm telling you. Definitely. So we got to have you on I got to get you on the Wire Go Live podcast. So I'm going to send you that link. Miss Tanya TV, I just sent you an email. I'm excited. It's like an episode of Everybody Loves Kirk. Happy Wednesday, good people. Miss Tanya TV, thank you so much for being with us. I think we just sent you an email this morning, maybe, but we're excited to get you scheduled and have you come through and hang out with us here on the Coaching Corner, because that is what we are going to do. That is what we're going to do. I love this stuff. Kanik and Kempire are chatting it up in the back. Yeah. Melanie says Kajabi is a great platform, and Kirk, you inspire me to love vibing with you, brother. Absolutely. I was just saying to myself, I was like, I don't even know if I've ever told her that her website is something that really helped me to kind of launch my own. 53 subscribers for my guy Micah Flemings. Let's clap it up. Listen, we don't take any subscriber count for granted. Let me say this: if you can get 53 people into a room, that's a large room. That's a large room for you to be able to share your message and to share your value with the world. That's amazing, and we love what you're doing there, Micah Flemings. Thank you so much for coming through and hanging out. All right, here's a question. Very much like the video editing video you have planned. When do you know or if you need a live producer? Very good. Oh, wow. So you're saying I need to do a video on when, are you considering a live video producer? Here's some things to consider. That's great. Let me go to my notes right now. Kempire, you're amazing, sir. Thank you so much for that question. I'm adding that to my list of content that I need to work on. Let me do that right now. Listen, this is a working session here on the Coaching Corner with Kirk. Sometimes I'm the coach, sometimes I'm being coached. So this is great content. I might even collab that video with Chris Stone. Chris Stone, let me know in the chat if you're still watching, if you'd like to get in on that video. Let's do that video together. Looking to hire a remote producer. Here's a few things to consider. I'm just typing that feverishly in there right now to make sure I get that note down. Now, I don't know that I have an answer to your question. I want to sit with that thing a little bit and think about it some. But just what immediately comes to mind, especially this point, I think, let me go back to my notes. This point is especially critical. If self-producing the show is taking from your ability to focus on your audience and to provide a maximum amount of value, then it is absolutely time to look into a remote producer. Oh my word. If the value is being pulled from in any way, shape, form, or fashion, you absolutely want to eliminate that. Now, the other consideration is, of course, and it's going to be similar to what I talked about in the video that's going to drop this Sunday about hiring a video editor, because the last point of that video is, let me see if I can find it, how are you calculating monetization? So if you aren't monetized, if this thing isn't making money, then it's going to be difficult to now bring on a remote producer who's going to need to be getting paid, right? So that's a big one as well. So what's your monetization structure is one. And then the value piece. If producing it yourself, Yeah. If producing it yourself is taking from that value proposition, it's pulling your attention away from really delivering then that they deserve. So that's why they wanted to bring somebody in who can help them with some of those pieces and be their kind of man behind the curtain. I love being the man behind the curtain. Thank you, Kempire, for that question. Absolutely dope. Miss Tanya TV says, I love me some Kempire. I love that. I love to see this community thing coming together here. I look forward to that live producer video. Listen, I'm putting it on screen for everybody to see. This is accountability right here. Let's collaborate on that video for sure, man. Let's do it. Chris, I'm going to text you as soon as I get off the live today. That video we will work on together. And I'm excited about it. I've got some notes already down. You put some notes down and let's figure out a way to record that video together. Yeah, even together, just let's collab on it. We'll figure out. We're both remote producers, so let's figure it out. That's why I mentioned Chris when the question came up. I was like, Chris, that would be a great video for the two of us to champion, and then we can just kind of plug, there's so many ways to collab, right? I did one time where I did the video and it was posted on my good friend's channel, and then she did a video under the same topic and we posted it on my channel, just kind of a collab. So I did the lead in and lead out for her video. She did the lead in and lead out for my video. And so we cross posted them. We could do something like that, Chris. Or we could just do a collab where we're both in the video together. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. You're not that far from me, like 3-4 hours. I might just make a run and come see you and record it in the studio or something like that. So we'll figure that thing out. I'm excited about that. I've got this on screen still because I want to make sure everybody, you heard it here first. Chris has agreed, so we're gonna hold him to it. We're gonna hold you to it, man. We're gonna hold you to it. Baha is back. Micah, we want to say congrats to you. You've heard some of the people giving you congrats in the chat as well. Thank you, host, for your support. I definitely will be checking it out. It's actually part of my regular routine to check out the channels of those who are chatting and coming in the chat, especially on the coaching corner, because that's what I do. I mean, I want to make sure that if you ask a question, I have context. I'm looking at your channel, I'm seeing some of the things that you're doing, and so I can give that answer from the context of what I see your profile to be. So I'm definitely checking out your channel. To everyone, starting a channel is not easy, but you can do it without quitting your day job. I work 60 hours a week fixing cars, but make an effort to contribute 1 hour a day to YouTube. Sir, Baha, this attitude, this mindset that you have, I just wish that I could bottle it up and make it into an elixir that I could serve to my coaching clients. That, it's just this mindset that says it's possible. This mindset that says, God, that I'm possible, right? This mindset that says my greatness is inevitable. Oh God, this mindset that says I will not accept mediocre. I will not accept no for an answer. This thing can be done. I've just got to figure out how. And you've done that. And I'm telling you, I'm so motivated by some of your comments today. So dope. So dope. We have not had a one-on-one session, but I feel like one is in our future, Baha. So would love for you to be able to hit us up on the webpage there, kirkarnugent.com. Go to work with us and let's see if we can make some magic together. Kempire says, great advice per usual. I just came up with 2, but there's a couple others that are kind of bubbling in my mind. I'm excited to work with Chris Stone on this idea. We'll see how it goes. My first year, I spent $7,000 of my own money buying equipment, cameras, and training. I just got monetized and made $1,000 my first month. The long game does pay off in the end. Oh, there's just so much immense value here. I love it. One video, double down and let's do a series. Oh snap. Let's go. Actually, now thinking about it, that is not bad. That is a whole series in and of itself. I could see that. I could see that being an entire. Yeah, that's gold. That's good. That's good. I'm seeing it coming together. I'm not gonna say any more ideas out loud, but that right there is good, Chris. I feel like some of the haters are watching, so I'm not gonna say any more. Some of the copiers are watching, so I'm not going to say any more right now, but that right there, that's good. David Harvey official, like a ref with a whistle. He is official. What up, fam? What up with you? Thank you so much for coming through and hanging out with us today. Big shout out to Kempire. Definitely love your content. David Harvey says, yo, big shout out, man. Kempire's got some love in the chat today. I love that. I love that. Teach Bryce is with us. Hey, Kirk, how can I attract? Oh, we got a question. Here we go. Here we go. Where are we at? We're at 12:50. That means we just got about 5 to 10 minutes left in the show today. And Tish is going to close us out with this question right here, because this question is the question. Like, put a hand raise emoji in the chat if this question is also your question. If this question is also your question, put a hand raise emoji in the chat right now. Tish Bryce is asking us, how can I attract more viewers to my channel besides my friends? Now, can I deal with the latter part of your question first? The qualifier part of your question where you say besides my friends? Let me be clear. It was months before I told my friends and family that I had a YouTube channel. And I will, if I could be honest with you, I have at least 2 other YouTube channels that I've already started that I have said nothing to anyone about, that are just growing organically on their own. I do not believe in asking friends to check out my channel. I don't believe in it. I believe in speaking the language of data, being so dialed in on your target audience and your value proposition, such that the algorithm called YouTube is going to take your content and put it in front of the people who need it the most. The algorithm's job it's not to beat you down. A lot of the times the algorithm just doesn't know who to put your content in front of. Maybe it's the description, maybe it's the title, maybe it's the thumbnail, maybe it's the hook at the beginning of the video. But there is a combination of these things that works together that will allow you to grab the attention of people who are looking for what you're offering. God, several hands are going up in the chat because your question, Tish, is the question. Like, can we just, this is the coaching corner. We gotta have honest conversation here. This is the question. How do we get more people to check out? I feel like I've hit a glass ceiling. I feel like I'm maxed out. I feel like YouTube is not showing my content to anyone else. So I want to just stay right there in that frustration, because it is frustrating. I don't want to. I want to hold space for you to be frustrated. I feel like YouTube is working against me. The only growth that I'm seeing is by those who are my friends and my family, who are just subscribing just for the sake of subscribing. And now here's the flip side of that family and friends thing that I want to share with you. Because if your subscribers are not watching the videos, it works against you. I'm how do I say this? I got a chance to coach a guy, and his videos have millions of views, but he has somewhere in the neighborhood of like 40 or 50,000 subscribers. Not everyone that watches the video will subscribe. There's something like 7 touches that somebody's gonna need. And it's only after they realize, like, man, I've been here. I've been getting these recommendations from YouTube for all this time. Let me go ahead and hit the subscribe button. So subscribing is one piece, but if I'm hearing you correctly, you're talking about viewers. And I think you've already rightly associated the crux of the point. It's views, y'all. It's views. It's not always going to translate to subscribers. But do you know that the money you receive on a month-to-month basis is based on the views? It's based on the average view duration. It's based on the session watch time. Views is a far bigger and more powerful metric than subscribers. I hope that that's not the first time you're hearing that, but I want to make that clear just because I wanted to affirm what Tish has shared here. How can I attract more viewers to my channel, not just subscribers? And to attract more viewers, we've got to be able to ride the wave. There are trends within every industry, every niche. I was chatting with a guy 2 weeks ago, and he does this whole, he has his whole platform is about church hurt. And as soon as I say that, if he watches this on replay, he's going to comment and say, hey, I heard you talking about me. But his whole platform is about church hurt and these environments where we should be safe, but something happened there and now we're hurt. And sometimes it is of a legal nature, that something legal needs to take place. And other times it is just that I put my confidence and my faith and my trust in this leader and they let me down. All right. Either one are still considered church hurt. And one of the things I was saying to him, I was like, Doc, you need to trend hack. You need to be looking at the ways that your content can ride the current waves that are happening. And he was like, give me one example. I was like, easy. Diddy and TD Jakes. And he just literally held his head like, oh my gosh. I'm like, bro, there is a ton of people who are going to be facing a significant amount of church hurt if something else drops confirming what has been alleged. Now, to be clear, your boy TD Jakes has categorically denied anything, but I'm giving you an example. I hope that makes sense. This is an example. And so he immediately recognized like how his content could help people who are in that process of trying to grapple with that level of church hurt. You got to be able to look at what's happening in society. Your boy Kempire does this amazingly, by the way. Okay. I'll give you a smaller example with my own content. In fact, I've got a video coming out that's talking about 5 types of content that really moving the needle right now. This is exactly one of the things that we talked about. But in my own content, I'm constantly covering new functions and features from the streaming platforms that I cover on this channel. Ecamm, StreamYard, Restream, EVMux. I'm constantly covering these new features that they come out with. Essentially, I'm riding the trend wave that they're creating. And it's a smaller microcosm of what we're talking about with this huge, ridiculous story with Diddy and some of the things that are going on in the news right now. But you're talking about getting more viewers to the channel. You're talking about a specific bucket of content that is discovery content. It is not community content, and it is not sales content. Those are the 3 buckets, by the way. This is what I do in coaching. Your discovery content is the main form of content you need to be doing if you're in a season where you're just trying to grow. I have some clients who have, let's call it, 10,000 subscribers. They don't want to grow anymore. They're looking to do community-based content. And so even the way that they phrase their videos, they're talking to their family because these are their core supporters. They're super fans, if you will. That is when you're doing community content, and then you can move into sales content, marketing content. But that first level is always going to be discoverability content. One of the things that I did when I was heavy in the discovery phase is I started to put content on TikTok, started to put content on Instagram, started to do Amazon Live because I had access to an area where people do not know me, but now they can know me. And you do things with discovery content that allow people to come into your ecosystem and gain access to your genius and to your secret sauce and to the value that you have to provide. And once they get bitten by the bug, if you're doing the job right, they're not going anywhere. Another form of discovery content that is huge right now is YouTube Shorts. And some people are saying, well, I don't want to do shorts. That's okay, because when you live stream in vertical, please somebody catch this. If you live stream in vertical, you are going to be in the shorts feed, not the regular feed. When you live stream to YouTube in vertical, it automatically adds you to the shorts feed. There is a ton of discoverability you can have in the shorts feed. It's not recommending you to your subscribers and to your regular audience, it's a totally different algorithm that you can game, that you can gain access to bring people into your ecosystem, to bring people to awareness of your channel. And those are the things that I would do, Tish, if I was trying to widen my net. Now, I want to be clear. There's these 5 things in terms of the value, target audience, value proposition, title, thumbnail, description. These 5 things must be done well. These must be done well. There must be consistency. And if those are not being done well, then we need to consume content that's going to help you get across the line for those 5 things. All right. Target audience, value proposition, title, thumbnail wording doesn't necessarily need to be the same as what your title of your video is. I hope that's clear. Title, thumbnail, description. These are the things. I have a podcast / talk show called Chilling with the Girls. My content needs to discovery. I need to maybe I missed that last sentence, but here's what I would say, Tish. Your show is listen, I don't miss it. Let me say this so you can catch it. Because I have so many people who they want to launch, they just want to do live, they just want to do a podcast, and that is cool. But people need to get to know you, and they get to know you as you put out content, short, bite-sized, 5 to 7 minute content that you're sharing with them, something that is answering a question, something that is consistent, something that is vulnerable, meaning it's authentic, meaning that it's got street cred, meaning that it's something that you have experienced yourself that you're sharing with them. I hope that makes sense, y'all. I'm already over my time. I apologize. I get really excited when I get into coaching, as you can see, and I would love to be able to be your coach. If I could be so bold as to just say, hey fam, I'm open. There are coaching slots available. I'd love to be your coach. In fact, if you scan right here, you can get a free coaching session. You could be right here with me one Wednesday, and we can go through your channel. We can take a look at those titles and thumbnails and descriptions, and we can break it all down and see what you got going on. But I'd love to be your coach. Let me scroll back up here. I'm going to try and catch a couple of comments before I go. Let me see what I got. Okay, several hands were raised. I missed all those hands. Thank you so much for those hands. I still look. Campfire says, I love this comment. I still haven't told my friends and family about my channel. That's confirmation. He's 400 and something thousand in, and he still hasn't told them. Oh, wait a minute. We got a super chat. I'm way over my time, but I've got to do this. I take none of this stuff for granted. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. We got to drop the bomb. We got to have the beer. There's 2 super chats. David Harvey, thank you so much. Just wanted to show some support with a small donation. Thank you so much, David Harvey. And for those that want to do something similar, man, you can join the membership here on the channel. It's $9 a month, and that allows us to do some things. It allows us to free up some space. It allows us to ensure that these spaces that we're creating for the Coaching Corner and how it all works are dedicated, and we don't have to bring in other things and other entities and anything like that. So if you guys want to do that, that's another way that you can support. Thank you, David Harvey official, for the super chat. Tish, my advice is find content you watch that is related to your channel's mission statement, then tell that story your way. Easy way to piggyback off someone's content. This is what I mean when I talk about trend hacking, riding the wave, getting those things out there. Look at what Chris Stone says. Speak the language of data. You gotta speak the language of data. And if you don't know the language of data, then you gotta get an interpreter, or better yet, you gotta get somebody who's gonna teach you the language of data. And that is critical. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I remember asking my family to follow me on Instagram. They said, you ain't doing anything up there. What am I following? No birthday gifts for them. No birthday gifts for them, Ananea. Not even one, okay? Not even one birthday gift for them. Ananea, I did send you a message, text you a message and a link for you to be able to join the moderators chat. So hopefully you get a chance to do that. Baha is waving. Thank you so much for being with us today, man. Miss Tiny TV says, Kempire, if you don't pull all those hands down, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Watch time is so very important. It sure is. I love to see the back and forth in the chat, y'all. It does my heart well. Whoa, we got another one. What? We got another one. Thank you so much, Kempire, for the super chat. I truly appreciate it. I truly appreciate it. Just matching the congregation's donation. Keep up the great work. I thank you so much, bro. I thank you. I truly appreciate it. It means the world that, you know, as people come on live and they hear something that is of value to them, that they are responding in these awesome and tremendous ways. So thank you. Thank you. And thank you again for you and David Harvey official for your super chats today. And I want to say a word of thanks to everyone, even if you didn't do a super chat. I know that I just want to highlight them because listen, they're doing the most, right? They're putting something into the plate, as they say. But I want to make sure I share with the rest of you, like even for Tish, that question was a phenomenal question for us to be able to land on. I thank you for that question. I live for those kinds of questions. Something that happens, if I have to can the question, I don't respond the same way. So when somebody asks it, it's like my brain is wired that when I see that question come in, I'm ready to go. I'm so pumped up. I'm so fired up. All right, Baja says this. Tish, I recommend changing your setting from post to subscribers to post to everyone. The YouTube AI will push your content on non-subscribers. This drastically increased my sub numbers. Oh, absolutely. So some of those types of things are part of the audit that we can do to make sure that we get all of those things across the line. Here we go. Your Tiny TV says, you're right. I don't even have 700 subs and I get invited to YouTube creator events. I just had 8K views on live stream I did last week. And yesterday I had 10 viewers on stream. This is the thing right here. What do we got here? Oh, we got a super chat. We got another super chat. This is the balance that we have to make sure that we are mindful of. It happens like that. It does happen like that sometimes. And you have to be able to ride that wave. It's what happens to all of us. And the more we get a chance to talk about this, the more we can kind of figure out some of these pieces. Got it. I have a podcast / talk show. My content needs to discovery content. Thank you so much, Tish, for your question today. Listen, how many of you are thankful for Tish's question? I mean, that question was the question. That question really allowed all of us to kind of go deep, and I appreciate that. When making long content and streams, I make sure my storyboard has percentage of shorts that I can edit out. So one 10-minute video should have at least 3 shorts that I can edit out. This is what you call strategic planning. When your videos are creating videos, right? That is strategic planning. Tish says that makes sense. Thank you so much. I love it. Let's connect, Tish. I do a podcast with my daughter. You got to check out Brown South Girls. I don't know. I can't read today. Brown South Girls. You got to check out the Brown South Girls podcast. I've definitely checked that out. This is great, Kirk. Thank you. Thank you so much, Yolanda, for coming through and hanging out with us today. Some awesome tips and tricks, best practices. Whoa, we got another one. We got another one. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is good ground to sow into. Thank you for your advice. Tish, thank you for coming through and hanging out with us today. A good afternoon from North Jersey. First time here, Tommy Stig Social Club. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us today. You're catching us right at the tail end. Like I'm literally about to hit the end button because I've got to go pick up some stuff. I got to get some things done today. But I am excited that you are here. I'm excited for this space that has created. I mean, there's 15 of you guys on the live right now, 12 likes. I am excited about this space that we've created, about this time that we've been able to have together. And listen, your questions are the agenda. Many times here on the Coaching Corner, I will start with a kernel of wisdom, something that I want to share, something that's on my heart as a burden as a coach that I want to make sure that everybody knows. That's why it's called the Coaching Corner. When that boxer is, in the ring and they're fighting and the bell rings and they go back to the corner to get water, to spit out the mouth guard, to have them dab down their face, okay? To sit on the bench. The coach is in their ear, sharing with them strategy, sharing with them tips, tricks, best, sharing with them. When he drops his arm like this, go like this. This is your coaching corner. This is your respite. This is your time away from having to create content. This is your time away from having to deal with the comments and the vicious nature of content creation. Because sometimes we get bogged down. The coaching corner is a space that we've created with you in mind, where you can come aside, rest a while, be poured into, so that when that bell rings again, you can get up and get back into the fight. You can put a few more on them. And let me be clear, the intention is that at the end of 10 rounds, that your hands are raised high, that you are the victor, because you came to the coaching corner. Right as I'm saying this, oh my goodness, Yolanda, Ravens Talk with Yolanda, come on, let's go. Thank you. She says, the stream is such a blessing. She says, thank you. And I'm saying, thank you. I truly appreciate that. Truly appreciate that. I'm overwhelmed today. Y'all blew my mind today. Y'all blew my mind today. Tommy says, I do 2 live shows a day. It's nice to view and learn. I'm going to be checking out your channel, Tommy. I want to say a word of thanks to you. Even though you came in right at the tail end today, I hope that you can scrub backward and catch some of what we were chatting about. It was a rambunctious bunch. Hey, Kempire, if you're in the chat, man, it's always good to have you come through. I know you're super busy. I know sometimes you just watch on replay, but I just want to say a word of thanks to you as well for coming through today. Always good. It was a blast from the past to kind of see you show up. I won't even lie to you. I think it was just a few weeks ago that I came across one of your videos and I was like, this dude is still killing it. So thank you so much for being with us today. Everyone in the chat, you have my extreme gratitude for your time and attention. I take none of it for granted. And I will see you guys around these internet streets or in the next video. Take it easy, fam. Be blessed. Grace and peace. Oh yes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Truly appreciate you. If you're watching this on replay, there should be something here for you to watch, some playlists, some other videos. But if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you. Grace and peace, fam. Make it a great one.